Hello there, welcome back to France. Last time we left off, we were basically messing around with, enclosing the whole Roman Empire, and we're going to continue this time. Last time we finished taking Salander here from Galway, and we started a couple of new wars against Utrecht to basically annex them, and against Oldenburg here to take their land. We also did take quite a bit of land here from Brandenburg, weakened them quite a bit. Their army, there wasn't as much a challenge this time as it was last time. We actually won the only big battle we had with them, so can't really complain there. Interestingly enough, Lithuania has a tiny fleet, so we might want to get rid of that. But at the current time, we'll be focusing on a war with Oldenburg here, and Burgundy joined in, so I'll have to deal with them. But the easiest way, I think, to deal with good old Burgundy is probably just by sieging the capital. That should probably get them out of this, considering they have been embroiled in wars for quite some time. So I don't really think we'll end up having any problems there. Now there is actually a Burgundy army here that we can challenge, just because of the fact they are very nicely situated, I guess I should say, compared to anywhere else, and thus they are a very easy target. But it seems like we might lose this battle. I might have gone a little bit too aggressive here. We got 2 negative modifiers, so that explains why things went as badly as it did. We did lose a fair bit of troops here, so we definitely need to just retreat and recover. But we did beat the Burgundy army, which is basically the important part. There is actually a very annoying Oldenburg army here. I'm tempted to deal with them, but I think I'll just sit back and continue doing what I have been doing. And we'll see how this turns out. Should end up in a victory for us, but depending on how things go, it might not be as easy as I would think it is, or thought it would be. I'll keep it going, and if there's any bigger battles or anything interesting happen, I'll come back to you. I still have not figured out which Georgian provinces I need, but the colonization part should be pretty simple. Should mostly take 10 years, so it should be perfectly fine. If it's already colonized by a tribe, or a tribe federation, whatever you want to call it in the New World, it will be much easier to conquer, so it's not a big deal. Again, I do have to, of course, fight the Ottomans again and take this area, and probably something from Lithuania too. We'll have to see, but I think we'll be fine. For the time being, as I said, the war will continue, and if anything interesting happens, I'll show you. Lithuania, do you want to get pieced out, because you are recovering land, which is not a positive thing. Let's see, if we take that one, will it potentially push them over the edge? It did actually push them over the edge, but now the big question is, if I piece out now, will Oldenburg be able to call them in? The war started in 1757, so in theory that would be a no. So let's just try and piece out Lithuania here and see what happens. Worst case scenario here, I end up in war with them again, and I'll have to fight them on my own. But they're already in 2 other wars here against Ottoman, and of course the Frankfurt-Austrian war against Brandenburg, who's completely and utterly being destroyed here. So again, I should not have any concerns. Apparently they attacked me in Breda, a pretty substantial army, bigger than mine actually. No, they were about equal size. We lost 9,000 men compared to their 20,000, or 21 more or less, so that's pretty good. They did get a fair bit of army addition though, but yeah, that is a pretty sweet victory. But anyways, for now we'll continue sieging and we'll see how things turn out here. This is quite interesting. There's actually some noble rebels in Florida, which means that they'll have to use their 30,000 man army to actually deal with said problem. So it's a little bit interesting, but not really anything they shouldn't be able to handle on their own. So with that said, things are going pretty well in the north too. Burgundy just got sieged. Are Burgundy ready to peace out? They are, and we can just get rid of them. Again, they don't really serve a purpose in this war at all. So again, no reason to keep them involved. There is again no point to that. But more or less, Oldenburg is now alone. They have Lithuania joined in now. That's unexpected. But the AI would never do this for me. They have 2 wars they are involved in, and then they join in another one. But I guess that's fine. We'll probably be able to crush Oldenburg to a point where it won't actually matter But I'll keep the war going, and we'll see here what happens. I've decided to challenge the Oldenburg army here with an army twice its size, which in theory might actually wipe it if I get the correct rolls, but they have placed themselves in a very, well, good place defensively with the crossing and also potential terrain. So, not the best thing ever. But what we will do here is just switch them around for sieging purposes, which actually needed to be. An excellent minister, the Broglie, was an Earl of France that became the master spy organizer of King Louis XV. Under the king's direction and ideas, he organized the first complete and structured secret service, the Secret du Roi. His network covered most of Europe, and if his first mission in the Polish succession question failed, his major achievement was the role played during the American War of Independence in providing the first and precious help to the insurgents, military supplies, finance, diplomatic support to Franklin's mission in Paris, etc. So basically, France has a lot of those excellent ministers, excellent everything, that gives a lot of free points every now and again. So it's something to keep in mind on, that they do happen. But it's time to upgrade our tech here. Military tech to level 28, the Cuirassier. Maneuver value of my units increased by 25%, infantry shock by 0.5. We get 3 new types of cavalry here and 2 new types of infantry. So that's pretty good. We'll change our infantries pretty soon here. I think it should be safe. No, we might as well just go ahead and wipe this army before we actually do that. We don't really want to lose our troops to, well, nothing. So let's just go ahead here and quickly wipe that army. Very good. And as I said here, once we get to the end of this month, I think it's safe to change here our, well, troop structure to square infantry, and we'll use I think the Cuirassiers should be fine. And boom, they have a tiny bit of morale now. So this is basically the only time where my otherwise very good army will be semi-viable or semi-vulnerable to attack. So it's kind of a scary time, to be perfectly honest. But we have gained our cause now, which means that what's going to happen is that it's time to say bye-bye to the Hansa. They have played their role, they played it very good, and now it's time to vanish. I don't have enough diplomatic power to actually send this. It cost me 98 diplomatic power, because annexing Denmark right now is very expensive apparently. So I might have to consider here investing in diplomatic tech. I might have to hire a new guy who doesn't actually give me diplomatic reputation due to that. So let's go ahead and hire the dude who gives trade, and that changes it to +2 a month. So not the best thing ever, but not completely horrible either. And I might actually have to go diplomatic here, a diplomatic focus, which sounds hilarious, but if I have to get what I want from Oldenburg, that's actually going to be necessary. So let's go ahead and make peace with the Hansa. We'll be taking, as you can see, their entire stock of provinces, if you will. And once we start coring this, as you can see, it's not really that expensive. Even Lübeck is just 62 administrative power right now due to the 50% there. And other things, basically total cost is 62 due to our adaptability from our admin ideas and administrative efficiency at 50. So we basically have a 75% reduction. So that would have been unbearably costly if we hadn't, well, had those ideas. Now, if I am to take this, would it cost me under diplomatic power? Nope. So we're going to take these two. It's not really a big deal. It's just cleaning up the map. The main concern now is that, as you can see here, my overextension is kind of high. So we're going to allow the province to be cored before we actually do anything with Oldenburg here. So with that in mind, we do need to do some cleanup, if you will. So we'll do quickly and, well, effortlessly, I guess I could say, just siege the remaining of their provinces, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with, or just how long we want to wait. Now, hilariously enough here, with Brandenburg, they got completely destroyed. Saxony has re-emerged, and I should probably have done this before I started annexing things, but currently they have 73 aggressive expansion with me. I'm wondering just how high it is in Europe right now. It should be pretty stable considering I just did a lot of annexations. 400, 300, 300, 450, sorry, 460. So a lot of aggressive it's bits and pieces. I can peace out with Lithuania again. We had the land of opportunity. How many mercenary companies can I actually hire right now? I should probably be close to 100, right? Where are my mercs? 18.8. Oh, not that bad then. Basic 412, 40. Yeah, 40 units of mercs can be hired. So it's not that good, but hey, it's better than having none available. But anyway, so yeah, we have more or less just won this war. That really remains at this point is just to siege the remains. Oh, Mecklenburg actually made a return as well. How do you feel about me? You also hate me. But anyways, with that said, we're just going to siege the final two provinces. We're going to allow basically, well, my diplomatic power to just build up a tiny bit. And then we'll figure out what we want to do with Denmark and the annexation here. Because currently now it's gone down to 5. So I think I had a temporary event that boosted it that I forgot about. We'll go back and wait, and we'll see what happens here. There we go, the cores have now been constructed, and with that we can make peace now with Oldenburg here. And as per plan, we're going to take their coastline, just completely box them in. And other than that, we can also just go for a humiliation, a war operation, because we're never going to fight these guys again unless they declare war on us. And let's just face it. Them declaring war on us is highly unlikely. I don't see that happening at all. So it could happen, don't get me wrong, but the odds just aren't there. Now, sadly, funny thing is the further out into the game you get, in terms of in the beginning, there's just so much to do. Everything needs to be done in succession, but unless you actually go for a world conquest game, and even then it'll become very stale at the end with basically just conquest everywhere. You also get a lot of downtime between interesting things happening, and this is actually one of the problems that I have run into right now. I'm probably not going to be able to get back from school in time tomorrow to actually well, make sure that I get the last episode recorded and up. So worst case scenario, you'll get 2, and this will be the final today. But I hope that I'll get it back in time tomorrow to actually make one more, because now I really need to just well, go to bed, and then I'll, well, correct then upload these tomorrow. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you later today. If not, I apologize. And from Sunday on, we'll start a new series, and I'll probably just keep on having 1 or 2 episodes of France in between, every now and again, when I need some input from you guys. Or you should actually give me input anytime you feel like it. I do read it, and well, I'll make space when I need to for just some strategical help. But with that said, we'll leave it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.